In May 1945, Rodney Percy, Royal Signals, was in Central Burma at a place he called the City of the Dead. This was Meiktila, scene of a battle in which the Japanese had been defeated with heavy losses. Rodney's 21st birthday was spent cleaning Meiktila and the Lake of the Dead, and in this environment of a battleground graveyard, he began to feel as though the place was cursed. He talks about this in his interview, beginning with the Japanese good luck flag he souvenired from a dead Japanese soldier.
The flag I got just before, I think, my 21st birthday, a place called Meiktila. Meiktila was an important section in Burma, one because it was the railway junction for the line, I think, splitting, one going up to Mandalay and another one going to Moniwa. And by cutting off Meiktila, it means that the Japanese were prevented from coming up the main road to reinforce Mandalay. And on my birthday, there was a lot of mopping up to do. The only water supply available to Meiktila were 2 inland lakes, and the Japanese had made certain that the water was polluted with bodies galore, so there was a lot of Japanese bodies in the lake, which we had to pull out and bury. There were a lot of dead in makeshift graves on either side of the road coming from the Chindwin-Irrawaddy Junction area. Part of our tasks for our own survival was to get rid of these bodies as best we could. Most of it, I'm afraid, was petrol. Just burn them. The flag, I had to go up to a particular body, and I happened to see part of the flag sticking out from his uniform, so I took it off before we burnt him. Huge smell. The smell of death was in the air. It was horrific. The one of the pagoda in Meiktila, and you'll see the story I'll tell you about that. I don't believe in ghosts, but there's something very eerie about that one. I'd have my operator in that particular pagoda, got no signal at all. The moment I moved him out, the signal came in, full blast. I can't account why, because the operator was operating his keyboard or teleprinter, whatever it was. But the moment we moved him out, we got full communication back to headquarters, but when he was in the pagoda, no signal at all. Very weird.
Rodney is not the only person to comment on strangely erratic comms in Meiktila. Harry Johnson, a signals linesman, writes in his memoir that he resorted to divine intervention to fix a telephone junction box which repeatedly developed faulty joints for no apparent reason. He mounted a wooden crucifix on top of the box, and with the addition of flowers and prayers from his Indian housekeeper, the problem was miraculously solved. In his letter to his father, Rodney describes Meiktila as the City of the Dead and said it had a voodoo-style curse over it so that nothing went right, giving the pagoda story as an example. He also mentions a particularly odd type of G-tum, dysentery, which afflicted everyone, and also, tellingly, of having recurring nightmares, weird, loathsome dreams, all of which stopped the moment he left Meiktila. Please help to rescue and preserve more memories of the Second World War. Visit www.war-experience.org.